Watch and burn.
Hey everyone, so tonight I wanted to discuss Nicole Dollanganger's Heart-Shaped Bed. This is her newest full-length, I believe from back in 2018. And the reason that I wanted to discuss this one over anything else that she's released, because she has released a few records that I absolutely love. But the reason that I wanted to get to this one first is because this is what I would definitely say is her most complete album. And this is the record of hers that veers almost into a mainstream sort of pop territory at times. It has all of her stuff has a very heavy Lana Del Rey vibe, but her vocals are a little higher and more feminine sounding and a little more, I would categorize them as being a little unsure and perhaps even a little afraid of the things that she's saying. Whereas with Lana Del Rey's records, sometimes Lana's stuff gets kind of heavy and a little dark and cryptic, but for the most part, I have found a lot of humor in Lana Del Rey's writing, like her lyrics. Whereas with Nicole Dollanganger's stuff, it's always there's a sense of childlike innocence to her voice, and yet the lyrics are completely fucked up in some way or another. She has addressed such a wide range of touchy things that it's if you weren't listening to the words, you would say that the music is sort of dreamy, and her voice is very pleasant and she sounds cute, but underneath that there's something rotting in all of her tracks. And this record, I would say that it's definitely true here. Heart-Shaped Bed, which I don't know if in some way that's a nod to Nirvana or not. I have no idea if it is, but this record I found is kind of in a lot of ways her darkest album, with tracks like Uncle's on here, Tammy Faye's on here, and Chapel's on here. I don't get Chapel at all. I don't know if the girl's married or not, but that song is so completely fucked up that if it wasn't so catchy and it wasn't so much fun to listen to, the lyrics are so gross. It's the idea of somebody slicing their hand open and bleeding on a wedding cake is just so appalling. I don't know what it is. I think it has to do with blood getting on food. It's just so gross, because a lot of times food is sort of squishy enough, right? Oh, just lost a light. Food is squishy enough, and a wedding cake could come in many colors, right? There could be red on a wedding cake, and if you splash some blood on it, at a glance, you're reaching for a slice at the wedding. You're not thinking you're talking to somebody, and you're shoveling the bloody cake into your mouth. And there's something about that I just find so genuinely off-putting. But at the same time, the song is so incredibly well written, and it's so much fun. And I mean, Chapel is my favorite song on here. However, Lost Another Light, so that means I'm going to be losing the last two soon, and then the little lights are gone. Tammy Faye is really, really awesome too, and I love how incredibly sad that song is, and I love how there is that sense of craziness underneath everything with that track. And in a lot of ways too, in addition to that something rotting underneath the surface of all her lyrics, there's an incredible sense of melancholy at play with every single word she sings. And I like how open and honest she is about everything from eating disorders to sex to marriage, like Chapel. And I love how her take on things, on one hand, sound very pleasant. Well, sort of pleasant. The music is always sort of The music is always very dark and very haunted. But at the same time, if you're not paying too close attention, the music could be dismissed as being pleasant, and her vocals are very cute sounding, but there's something so sinister about every word that girl has ever written. And it's just so honest, and it's so pure, and that's what I think I identify most with all of her work. But I will say that's the one thing that I identify the most with Heart-Shaped Bed, is that crushing sense of honesty. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, because I like to have the 7 lights running, and I'm now down to 5. And so I'm going to end it there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discuss Nicole Dollanganger's newest full length, and that is 2018's Heart-Shaped Bed. If you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And I am going to go. You guys are amazing. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.